Okay. Not going to do a big wild channel introduction. We can do that another time. I'm just going to jump right into it. We are looking at Bizarre Bub today. This is going to be mostly reactions, hopefully some actual debunking. Without further ado, it looks like we're starting. I picked a random Bizarre Bubs. There's so many of them, so if there's videos in this that have been done by other people, debunked, reacted to, whatever, there's a lot of this stuff. So I'm just going to be picking random things. And yeah, here we go. Number 8 of Bizarre Bub, Scary Comp V86.
Of 2023, a school janitor is walking through an empty hallway that other custodians don't like being in during the night shift. The high school where this video takes place doesn't allow students to be alone inside this hallway after a specific time, and for good reason. This school was built on a cemetery.
Okay. That's not the reason they don't want students in the school alone after a certain time. There are a billion other reasons rather than it being built on a cemetery. That doesn't even make sense.
One night, a school custodian decides to record a video after having a strange encounter. But as he records, something happens that terrifies him beyond belief. This is his video. Watch.
All right, I usually don't record while I'm on the job.
Okay.
But this is freaking me out. It's sort of unreal. Here at work, I'm here in the janitor's closet. Yeah, let me just show you guys. All right. Just to, I don't know, let you guys know this school was built on a cemetery. I don't know if that helps my situation or not, but previous janitors that have worked here have tried to tell everyone that, you know, every night something happens, some spooky shit, I don't know, paranormal or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, I didn't really believe them until tonight. I was in here cleaning up after some students had thrown a party, but what's been freaking me out is this one right here. No matter where I'm at in the classroom or what I decide to do, it just follows me. And do your thing, you stupid balloon. I got you on camera now, so let's just, see? That right there. Just ooh, okay.
I would think it would be fairly easy to sort of tug that balloon as you walk backwards. But obviously I'm not in the room. One thing I'm a little bit confused about, though, is supposedly this has been happening. However, the balloon follows him around, yet when he starts the video, he's in the janitor's closet and he has to walk all the way back to this classroom. So the balloon didn't follow him out of the classroom, which I guess, sure, you know, but I guess. But that's just a little bit strange. If it comes out of the classroom now, to me, that's a big red flag.
See, no.
Oh, man. Okay, so sometimes I get ahead of myself. We haven't even finished where Bizarre Bub is going to go with this. However, I went ahead and looked up the TikTok of ski.boy2digit, and there's several different videos on there, but it seems like there's only two with the balloon, and this is an update on the balloon. This gives me another one of those red flag vibes, and I'll tell you why. So here we watch it for a minute.
I wanted to know about the video. I haven't come back here, haven't touched anything since last night, so I'm back to see if everything's still where I left it.
That right there is another again, these aren't straight debunks, but that's a strange thing as well. So he hasn't been back there or touched anything since last night, yet he's a night janitor, so presumably he just left a classroom. You know, I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. What the hell, man? The room is disgusting, because we saw in the other video that there's stuff all over the floor. I mean, did he hang out in there long enough to clean it and just left the balloons? That doesn't really make any sense. Basically, he just walks up and shows us that the balloon is there, still just in the dark, and then the video just ends. He doesn't go further with it, which, you know, there's nothing in this video other than that little bit of information that he says that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. However, this doesn't seem to be a faked video. It's just he's looking at the balloon again and doesn't do anything with it. Then the video just sort of ends. And if they talk about the second video that I just talked about, I'm going to feel very silly.
See, no.
That motion right there, when it comes out, here, I'll get it in the right spot. Right there, that movement. It's not just moving, like floating. That was a tug right there. It starts to tug, and it comes out really fast at an angle. See how much of an angle it is? That big tug.
It just follows me no matter what.
Well, it doesn't follow you no matter what, because you said it was following you, but then you started your video somewhere else, and it hadn't followed you there, and only when you get back it's following you?
Ooh!
Oh, yeah.
No, I can't.
Now, there haven't been any updates except for a video in which the janitor talks about being scared to work alone now. But whether ghost or not, this whole incident continues to replay in his head.
Like I said, I haven't been back here to touch anything.
But why? Why haven't you touched anything? It's your job.
I don't even know if you guys can see that.
But we don't get the light turned on either. My guess would be that he did do his job and clean everything. But if the narrative is that I didn't touch anything, then, you know, leave the lights off and don't show us the actual room.
I can't. Yeah. I'm not doing that.
So then,
wait a minute.
I don't even know if you guys can see that. Yeah, I can't. I'm not doing it.
I believe again, wasn't here. I'm sure there's some way he's sort of pulling the balloon, especially with how when it comes around the corner, it kind of tugs out sort of with him. Red flags are the way that we didn't see the balloon when he started the video, when he said it had been following him. Then we get to the room, it starts following him, and I'm thinking, okay, well, we didn't see it earlier, maybe it only follows him in this room for whatever reason. But then it comes out of the room. And then, of course, the other red flag of him saying he hadn't touched anything, but not turning the lights on and showing us anything. I believe that whoosh is probably just an overlaid spooky silhouette whoosh. Yeah. Anyway, those are some red flags. I believe that the shadow in the background was an overlay, but it's far away. It could be reflected, or, you know, a shadow cast by something opening. I'm not going to spend too much more time on this one because I've been staring at it for far too long. Let's move it forward.
In the following video, a babysitter is looking after a girl who in the video can be seen playing with her toys.
What you doing over there? Nice.
The reason for filming this video is because it was just earlier that the 5-year-old had said something very creepy to the babysitter. He films this video to record what she said. Take a look.
What was it that you told me earlier about your doll?
When I play hide and seek with my doll, it moves.
You said it moves?
Yeah.
That doll? This doll?
Yeah.
This one, the most horrifying doll ever made, ever? This is the one that moves? This one? This doll?
Wait, what? When does it move?
When I play hide and seek with her.
When you play hide and seek?
This creepy looking doll apparently comes to life when you play with it. But according to the child, it only moves if you play hide and seek with it. Now the child is only 5,
Let's
so
play
it
hide and
could be
seek
that
with
she
it.
was speaking from her imagination. But this notion didn't stop
Oh,
the babysitter
what?
from seeing.
Is that going to be all of it? No,
if
can't,
it
that
was
can't
true.
be. That can't.
Curious to see if the doll actually
Okay,
moves.
all right,
The
all right.
babysitter plays a game of hide and seek. As he plays,
what I'm talking
he
about.
records it.
Playing hide and seek.
You're not hiding at all. Okay.
Oh my god. Sadie, you scared me. Don't do that, dude.
Scared me. Jesus.
Although quite a jump scare, the sitter would much rather be scared by a dog than a
Oh,
haunted
fuck
doll.
you, bub.
Thankfully, as he says, it didn't move. Now,
Come
while it may
on.
seem that nothing unusual occurred during this night, something happens later that scares the sitter to his core. According to him,
Okay.
the 5-year-old had just been put to bed when suddenly he sees this.
Big red flag. We're just gonna believe him that the other person in the house is just in bed, gone completely, not part of whatever could possibly happen next.
Like, I noticed the dog has been staring at the doll. Looking at it.
But fast forward to just a few hours later, and something way creepier is caught on camera. The sitter is taking a nap inside a room when out of nowhere, a faint noise comes from the living room. Mind you, the living room is where the doll was last seen. The sitter promptly wakes up and begins to record. This is what he caught.
Why not turn the light on? It's the blurriest image ever.
Yo.
It seems to be in the same position as before, until it's not. If you look closely,
Until it's not.
you'll notice that the doll starts to move on its own.
Wouldn't if you were freaked out and you were gonna get up and start recording something that's been freaking you out all night, wouldn't every single light have to come on? For most people, I think that's true. So the fact that the one time this thing is gonna move, it's super dark and super hard to see, and I think all that happens with it is it tumps over backwards. So it could have a string.
If you look closely, you'll notice that the doll starts to move on its own. It appears to be lifting its head slowly, as if trying to make eye contact with the camera, before quickly falling over.
No, it's not lifting its head to make eye contact with the camera. It's falling back and therefore looks like it's making eye contact with the camera. Then it finally reaches the tipping point and thunk. It's either been set up in a way that it will fall back, or maybe somebody's pulling a
The
string.
sitter, who at this
We'll never know, because it looked like it was filmed in 1902. I also think that that dog growling noise, was that meant to be growling? Let's back it up and see real quick.
I'm kind of freaked out right now.
That's not that dog. If that's meant to be growling, that is an added in sound, because that is not. It's also just not.
For some reason,
it's also just not how dogs growl at things. I mean, if that dog was growling in a way that it was threatened by this whatever, I think it would be up. It'd be, dogs don't just sit there all chilled out and growl.
Given what was said
And
about
that's an interesting thing too. Maybe I'm mishearing that, and it's not supposed to be a growl, because even Bizarre Bub doesn't mention that it's growling at the thing. I would think that would be a pretty huge point of interest there. Anyway, yeah, I believe that is just a bunch of. I was really thinking that the whole hide and seek thing, obviously that's already meant to, like, get us all creeped out because we're for some reason popping out and then going back and then popping out. Which is not how you play hide and seek, by the way. But then we get dog jump scared. Then the only time we see the thing move is in this. And I mean, anybody could be back in here, around a corner, over here, because it's vertical filmed. I don't know. Suspicious and silly.
In this next video, two friends are exploring an abandoned paper mill with extreme caution. Aside from the fact that the old mill has potential hazards all around, there's another reason why both men are treading carefully. Rumor has it, the old paper mill is haunted. One resident recounts a time when he and his friends saw something pretty creepy.
Yeah, most definitely. The paper mill's haunted as shit. Because I went there the one night, me and my buddies. We all went over there, and we were drinking a little bit, but yeah, my buddy caught it on camera that, like...
Both friends are exploring the old mill when they find a dark space beneath the building. They head down and capture this.
Hold on, I want to get that lower, closer down here.
There's a bone on the beaver dam there. Good.
Holy shit.
See it right there?
What is it?
A bone. Bone.
I don't see it. Oh, it is. What the fuck? Holy smokes.
Oh.
That is an animal.
What was that? Hello?
Yep, get the f out of there. Yep, no more of that.
Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
What was
I
that?
have no idea.
Okay. They've already mentioned there's a beaver dam in there. You have to mention the bone, because that makes it extra spooky. But I've been pouring through clips and sounds of how beavers sound, which I actually didn't know this. It's interesting. And it's sort of adorable. But here you go.
Meet Petunia. I'm Holly, and this is Petunia's story.
It's a beaver. That's not to say that these gentlemen have faked anything. That might have really actually freaked them out. It's just for it to be framed as something paranormal is silly.
Just who, or even what, had been there?
Yeah, I wonder who or what was hanging out at the beaver dam.
This next video was taken by a man who caught something pretty creepy while taking a smoke break outside his house. He was all alone, smoking a cigarette, while staring at the woods surrounding his backyard. But after looking closely at the separate garage next to his house, he immediately dropped his cig.
He immediately dropped his cig.
Unable to move.
Bizarre Bub has the best commentaries. Ooh.
What the bro?
Yeah, that's the reaction. You're just trying to have a cig. Okay, let's look at this. Now, I'm not an expert in masking. I would think that this would be very difficult to mask because his camera is not, it's not like a fixed camera. He's got it in his hand and it's moving. I mean, I'm sure it can be done, but masking is usually on a static camera so that you can take a video and then another video with the same exact angle, tamper with one of them, and then play them at the same time. Yeah, now that it's all shaky, it's gone. Okay, so the only thing I could find, I dug a little deeper. There's on the Slapped Ham Reddit, 3 years ago, or I say this Felimundo was actually in the Slapped Ham subreddit talking with people. Snapchat has a limited amount of record time. As to why I used Snap instead of regular cam, I already had the app open. I opened the door after the video ended, seen nothing but a car and workout equipment, so I did not care to film an empty room. I was also noticing that, we can't see, there is a building right here. You can see in the window the reflection. This reflection is the roof of the building behind the camera. You can kind of see the building for a brief moment. This is a screen right here. Well, I assume there might not be a screen, but since it's open, this is reflective. This isn't. So I think the cameras just blow all this out where you couldn't see in there. Because when you get close, I don't care. I'm spending way too much time with it. I don't think it's a real ghost caught on camera. I don't think if you step outside to have a smoke and you have a weird feeling that you would use Snapchat to take a 60-second video of anything. I don't know why you would do that. I don't care.
Now, this next video was submitted to me by Ashley Goldswag, who was left extremely unsettled by what happened a few weeks ago. Ashley writes that she was lying in bed with her dog when minutes later, he became intensely hostile. This often happens when Ashley is alone at home, and it's usually this doorway that her dog growls at. But there's something else about this doorway that Ashley writes about. On a certain night, she was having an episode of sleep paralysis. However, during this paralysis, she saw what appeared to be a person standing at her door. She closed her eyes as it was the only thing she could do. When the paralysis was over, the figure was no longer there. It's because of this that Ashley finds this video to be creepy. The following is what she caught. Nothing apparent is seen on camera, which makes the dog's behavior quite strange. Ashley isn't sure as to what exactly it was that her dog was growling at.
It doesn't make the dog's behavior quite strange. Nothing is on camera because the door is basically closed. The dog is not reacting to nothing. The dog is reacting to something on the other side of the door. How silly.
But no, makes this video a whole lot creepy. Although the appearance of this room is already...
That was it? That was number 4? Oh my god. I spent so much time on the one before it, and I ended up just saying whatever, next one. And that's the next one? A dog growling at a door? I have an issue when there's like dog stuff, or not animal stuff and kid stuff. It's just because, I don't know, dogs, cats, whatever, they stare at stuff. If maybe they stage that to where someone's in the hallway and the dog didn't really realize it, and the dog's like, what's going on out there? Kids always say weird things, or people rope their kids into making fake videos. I don't really like that either. I don't think there was anything paranormal there. I don't think that was necessarily even all that creepy. She didn't seem too freaked out by it. She's just laying there videoing the door while her dog growls at it. I would think I would be a little more high-strung if that was the situation happening. Number 3.
The video starts off with friends and family singing happy birthday to the girl sitting in front of the candlelit cake. Watching the video, it seems that nothing unusual stands out. But as you continue to watch, something happens that leaves everyone at this party feeling creeped out. This is what was captured.
Can you wish I'm getting a girlfriend?
There's a lot of millions in this car. What the heck? Who was that?
Who blew it out?
The candles on the cake are blown out, yet no one on video was seen blowing them. Even weirder is that the birthday girl thought that someone was behind her and hence thinking they had blown them. But after turning around and seeing no one behind, it became clear that something strange had occurred. If no one blew them and there wasn't a draft, then how exactly did this happen? You caught?
Maybe they're joke candles. Those are fun.
Something
I feel like the turnaround, like the big laugh, and then she turns around and looks behind her. We don't ever get to see that afterwards. I don't even know that that's intentionally staged. I feel like maybe somebody just did that as a little joke. I don't know. I was really watching that kid on the side to see if they snuck a like a in there. A lot of these have so little to go on. Number 2.
A mother is alone at home with her 2 children when strange things start happening. It's late at night when the following happens. Watch.
So it's just us here, and Henry's at work, and I'm in here in my kitchen chairs out there. Shh. And I'm freaking right now.
I believe we've got a wire. This glow right here. Now, at first, when I saw this, man, that chair like almost fades out of existence. At first, when I was looking at this, I thought, okay, maybe this chair. You can see it right. It comes into frame right there. You can see this. It's kind of hard to see it, but there's a little glow, and it gets a little bit easier to see. Boom. As we slide along. There's also something over here, but that could be, I don't know that that's necessarily the same thing. But then we just run right away. I thought maybe this could be like a piece of metal on the, like maybe there was like, like decorative sort of things on the chair, but none of these other legs seem to have it, and her phone is illuminating this whole area. Yes, I believe that is a wire. Just barely caught, and then as she moves away, the light goes away, so we don't see it anymore. Again, not in the room. I can't grab the wire, hold it up to the camera, and say, "See?" But I believe that that's what this is, and it'd be really easy to do this one too. Okay, a couple of things. Really don't like when the kid gets involved with this kind of stuff. It's not just this video, but there's always videos that say, the person behind the camera or Bizarre Bub, somebody says they were just alone, like it's just us here. There's only, it's me and the kid. There's no one else in the house. So we just have to trust that. And I never do. If you have to say that, there's someone in my mind. I got no proof of that.
In this last video, a man from Poland is walking through a secluded forest when he finds an abandoned house. However, there's something about this place that doesn't seem right. Oddly, for some reason, the owners of this house had left most of their stuff behind. It's as if they had left in a hurry. Not sure as to why there were still things inside, the man walks around with caution, thinking that someone might still be there.
I love the upside down cross above the door. Oh, whoa. Okay. Just jump to the moment, bub. We don't gotta... Jeez. Oh my gosh. One thing that I have to say it is just fine, spooky old house. Pop the phone out, pop a camera out, take a video. I mean, it's cool. I love seeing old houses like that. They're still full of things, or they're kind of dilapidated and they're kind of spooky. It's the walking around and like the scared, nervous breathing before anything's even happened. Normally, I wouldn't think you'd be this. He just sounds very afraid, and that already to me makes it puts like that what's about to happen is going to be scary twist on it. Anyway, just a thought. Wow. Going out the window?
Out of nowhere, the house comes alive. Things move on their own, and a musical box
Okay. This was a long one. The Bizarre Bub. I should have known when it started with number 8. First of all, that would not be impossible to just yank off the shelf, even if you were alone. And then the fact that you kind of just... There, no noise, no gasp, no nothing, which somehow is refreshing. Then you're just slowly pan away and not... I mean, wouldn't you just run out of that house if you saw that in real life? Okay. And it's really hard to unpack what's going on here. I really wish channels like this didn't pump in their own spooky music over things, because you can't hear all the good bits every time. Then out the window you go. Okay, well, we reacted. I think there's some debunks in there somewhere. Some wires, a beaver. Anything else? A lot of speculation, obviously. To not be there, some of these types of videos just simply don't have enough in them, or they're done well enough that without being there and without being able to dig enough for information or things like that, you can't always get the best debunks. But I think we did pretty good here. Okay. That's the first one. We'll see you in the next one. Don't get scammed.